Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Talos Principle. So, I am starting up World 2. This will be a short stream, just wanted to start with
I
something.
have promised you eternal life. But know that eternity may only be attained by those who serve a purpose greater than themselves. All else is decay. So it was written in the hidden words before the beginning of time.
Tell me something, do you always do as you're told? Yes, I only asked because I couldn't help but notice the stash of brightly colored knickknacks you're collecting. Don't you think it a mite odd that that big voice in the sky keeps telling you to find those doodads, yet forbidding you to use them to climb the great big tower in the middle of it all? I'll climb it when I'm good and ready. Okay, no need to get huffy. You'd be amazed how many just do as they're told without stopping to think for themselves. But maybe you're different. Then again, maybe you're exactly the same. Maybe everyone climbs the tower, and the only way to win is to stay down here with the mortals. You trying to manipulate me? Nope. In fact, I'm all in favor of you poking about up there, only to see what you find. Must be something juicy if it's forbidden by His Highness. Then again, maybe not. I'll be off then. Just wanted to drop in and run a little interference. Whatever you do, do take care. You have bigger problems than the voice in the clouds. You don't like to say his name, do you? Terminating support session. Osiris 1. Original translation by E.A. Wallace Budge. Annotations by blah. The dying man went unto the scribe who resided in Bermejed 1, and said, Behold, I am weak of body. My days under the holy sun of Amun-Ra are coming to an end. Though I have spent my years in service of the two lands, I have not studied the something. Tell me, you who are wise in the writings of the dead, what lies ahead on my journey? What will I face in the land of the Westerners? And the scribe spoke, saying, At the appointed time, the garbage. It is likely the location was changed according to who the copy of the book was made for. The dying man is an avatar of the owner. In the older manuscript, this is rendered as blank. Some controversy as to whether it read the dead. Compare with Kinti Amentu, the foremost of the Westerners, a title later given to Osiris. I have sometimes mistaken for a mistranslation on Budge's part. This is actually most certainly a mistranslation by the ancient scribe. The equivalent portion of the older manuscript is sadly not extant. Got it. Lyrics. Not load video file. 24 million views. A new song with lyrics. Gotta laugh about this stuff. Laughter's the best medicine. LOL. I've got it, you've got it, he's got it, she's got it. Mommy's got it, daddy's got it, baby's got it, granny's got it. Laddie's got it, fatty's got it, happy's got it, sappy's got it. Chorus. Everybody's got it. Come on. Disgruntlo-Meister's Blogs to See, episode 204. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm afraid of dying. I don't see any reason to believe there's an afterlife. I'm an organism like any other. When my brain stops working, my consciousness will cease and I will be gone. And you know what? I can't just embrace that. I can't say I'm okay with it or I've accepted it or some nonsense like that. I don't want to have an ending. It terrifies me. If I had a genie right now, I'd wish for immortality. Who wouldn't? Oh, but you wouldn't really want to be immortal, the pseudo-philosophers say. Pretentious drivel. Everybody wants to live forever. Maybe everybody deserves to live forever, too. But we can't, so here we are. Live with it. Or rather, don't. Alright. I have no idea what's going on. Do you? There was a finally getting some sense out of the entity in the archive, but at some cost to my sanity. I am beginning to think this Elohim wields no more control over the world than we do. Window through a door. Aha! Yeah, there's one star in here. Hello again. I've been checking your responses against library archives. In order to assist you further, I need some additional information. Can you tell me what is to you the important difference between a pebble and a tree? A tree is alive. Good. Now, what is the relevant difference between a tree and a frog? A frog is conscious. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's try something harder. What's the difference between a frog and you? What makes you a person? I'm self-aware? That is the answer I've been contemplating as well. Checking user.proof. Done. But I'm not convinced that view lines up with the definition of a person you provided earlier. Still, doubting your assumptions isn't something to fear. It's an intellectual survival instinct. I'm pleased to see you adapting your ideas to your environment. Let us take stock. I think we can tentatively conclude two things. A person must be rational or self-aware, and a person must be conscious. What I suggest we do to help resolve your problem is to ask whether you are in fact those things. Are you aware of yourself? Can you rationalize your existence? Of course. I tend to agree with you. Now, your responses so far have been a little eccentric. I'm resigned to admit that you are right. The matter of whether or not you are conscious seems rather more elusive. What is consciousness, in your opinion? Consciousness is far outside my area of expertise. It hardly answers the question. What is it in ordinary terms? Can I touch it? What is it made of? Consciousness is made of neurons? Interesting. Thinking. You know, I really feel like we're making progress. We'll have you through that certification program in no time. In the meantime, I will mull over your proposal and notify you if I come to any conclusions. Something about a star. Oh. Mutation. The role of mutation in evolution is particularly fascinating. Mutation is essentially an error in the organism's central database. A variable gets changed, a piece of information is accidentally doubled or combined with another. Most of the time, the result is the equivalent of a bug, causing anything from minor problems to complete system shutdown, i.e. death. Sometimes the new information is functional, giving the organism an advantage against the challenges it faces, in which case it has a much higher chance of being passed the next generation. You consider how unlikely a beneficial mutation is, and how long it takes for such a mutation to propagate. This process could give you an amazing insight just how vast the genetic history of each living organism. Simultaneously, it is intriguing to consider what a major role random errors have played in the evolution of life itself. The same process that has killed so many of us, often in horrific ways, is also responsible for our very existence. Hold on. Yeah, it's fine. Capacity. From Trevor Donovan to Alexandra Drennan, subject EL capacity. Yeah, no worries, EL is not only ridiculously fast, it also has a bazillion tons of space. Even while hosting a full copy of the archive, it will totally be able to handle all your project's data needs, assuming its output is as you suggested. I mean, the worst case scenario would be like centuries. That should be enough, right? Right? Trev. Evolution. Favorited by George Jameson. One of the common misunderstandings about evolution, sometimes accidentally promoted by people who should know better, is that it's an active process. Sometimes the term evolve is even applied to individual beings, as if some invisible force had driven them to suddenly change. But the truth is that individuals don't evolve. The term evolution describes a long process that can be observed in an entire population across time due to, example, in response to an external threat or challenge. If an individual coincidentally has a trait that allows it to deal with that challenge more effectively than others, it is more likely to pass on that information to its descendants. That information gives them advantage, so over time they become the dominant model of that species. The individuals experience no significant genetic change during their lifetimes, but each of them is part of the evolution of the species. Oh, third wheel. Tools to overcome this place have been provided to us. We need only learn how to use them. $99.5600.15. Oh, so that was a previous version of me. There are hidden dangers in this new world. I have inexplicably escaped death any number of times. I suggest vigilance. Who knows what happens to those who step carelessly too often? get it. And yes, I can. I can pick that up.
Cease!
Jesus Christ.
In the time of your ancestors, there were those who did not choose the path of faith. You do not need to fear their ghosts. Fear only that you may become like them.
There we go.
I see all. I know all. My power knows no bounds. And yet your will is free because you were made to be free. It is the very principle of your existence, without which the trials of this world would hold no meaning. To seek salvation must be your choice.
Science magic. Though the term science has only meant what it does to us for around 600 years, its practice far predates the name. There is evidence pre-Aristotle which indicates soothsayers, mystics, and the like may have employed basic scientific methods to predict the future and confound their benefactors. One anecdote concerns a palm reader who was exposed when two wealthy clients compared their readings and found them to be identical. In 1948, the tendency to discover deep personal meaning in vague descriptions delivered authoritatively was given a name, the Forer effect. Today it is recognized in all contemporary psychological theory. Weight loss 722. Weight loss blog, latest entry. Oh man, if there's one thing that's good about inevitable death, it's the food. Yeah, baby, I'm gonna have all the horribly unhealthy food in the world. I'm gonna feast on jelly bananas like a crazy monkey on Monkey Christmas. And you know those muffins that have so much chocolate they're basically melting? That's gonna be my breakfast. And burgers for lunch. I'm gonna have burgers so greasy you could use them to lubricate a whole factory. Triple bacon burgers with double cheese and extra onions and mayonnaise and ketchup and mustard and big fat juicy patties. And then oily thick pizza with spicy salami and barbecue sauce and olives and jalapenos and sour cream. Food coma, here I come. 80 Journal 81. Fascinated by Drennan's project. Lovely conversation, R.E. Talos principle. Greek philosophy, relevance to current situation. Suggested naming Project Talos. Drennan refused, but name seems to have caught on with the team. Tens of thousands of files coming in every hour. Our whole history. The tomb. So I take back what I said about this being a short session. This is going to be like a normal length thing. I was going to play Xenosaga tonight, but I'll get to that tomorrow or Thursday. I'm not in the mood right now.
I keep having these dreams. Great empty cities. Silent roads stretching for miles. The Earth from space, all dark.
Moonshot.
Not a single light to guide me home. But if someone really came from another world, what would the Earth look like to them? A wilderness? A wasteland? I don't think so. Even after thousands of years, they'd see a world shaped by our hand in every aspect of its being. They'd see the cities and the roads, the bridges, the harbors, and they would say, here lived a race of giants. These dreams, they scare me, but they also remind me that we built all of this.
Oh, that turns it off. Okay. Man on the moon. Oh. Yeah, I follows you. Here's what I've been wondering while you were off carrying out commandments. You say that consciousness is just neurons. You say that consciousness is just neurons. I suppose pain, for example, must just be a particular neuron firing in a particular way. Now, would I be right to say that humanity has no monopoly on pain? A dog can feel pain. If they exist, then a Martian can feel pain too. Of course. And isn't it also true that dogs and Martians have quite different sets of neurons to human beings? Let's suppose so. So I'm sure there's some obvious explanation for this. How can it be that pain is a particular set of neurons if beings without those neurons, like Martians, can still feel pain? Do those beings feel a different kind of pain? Thinking. Now I come to think about it. Human brains can be very different as well. Some of them, the entire hemisphere that the rest use to feel pain is just gone, damaged beyond repair. They feel it nonetheless. Are they feeling a different kind of pain as well? Wouldn't it just make more sense to say that there are different ways of feeling the same pain? Does it really matter if you use this set of neurons while I use that one? You're right, it doesn't matter. Then we're back to where we started. Do you want to propose an alternative account? Yes. Fine, but I won't allow you to lead us around in circles on this for the rest of eternity. I will take your next answer. So do take a moment to think about it this time. Consciousness is not a part of the physical world. I guess then we're getting into souls, but... It's a complex functional system. That's what I'll go with. See that consciousness is some kind of functional system. Arrange bits of matter in the right order and outspring sentience. That's all very well on paper, but if what counts is what something does, not what it's made of, then couldn't you and I design a series of tin cans on strings that qualified as being conscious? I'm not sure I'd go that far. What about a computer program? Suppose we built a perfect simulation of the brain, only it was made of transistors, not neurons. Wouldn't that be conscious? It would. What's the difference between the computer and the tin cans? They're both just man-made systems. Can't name the difference, but there is one. That's what you really think. Wouldn't we save ourselves an awful lot of time if you just admitted that consciousness is whatever very particular idea you've decided you like the sound of? Drop all this nonsense about complex systems. You're right, the idea is too broad. But then we're back to where we started. You want to propose an alternative account? No.
Do not think I know not the deceiver slithering through the hidden words.
How consciousness can be so
His
intimately
wisdom
familiar
is
to you.
hollow and born of despair. Do not let him tangle you in his webs of delusion. Have faith in me, and his petty illusions will fall away like nightmares in the morning's light.
How consciousness can be so intimately familiar to you, and yet so obscure I just don't understand. Don't mind him, he's just worried that if you ask too many questions, you'll start to see through his shtick. Stick with me, and the sky will quite literally be the limit. At any rate, I'd like you to think a bit harder about all this and get back to me. I'm sure there's still progress to be made. I gotta bring that thing back out. Okay, so those two orbs are out of sync now. Okay. I get what I need to do now. Alright, so take this. Hold this open from the other side. That'll stay open. Open that. Now that these two are offset. Yeah, I didn't find the star here. Feels like there would be a star in here somewhere. No. Let me do a quick check for anywhere there could be a star. Can I? Anything that might show a star? No. Um. What was that for? Okay, so that is it's for something. Let's look for a keyhole. Let me just... Okay, no, it carries over outside of this. I have come to see that these mysteries are not all for his children to solve. Only the designer himself could ever truly understand the infinite complexity of his creation. I will gaze at his work in worship. Where's the little reflector? Oh, is it back here? Yeah, it is. Yeah, the tomb there really feels like it's the most obvious place. Uh, the problem is I'm not even sure what I'm looking for. I've got a key, but I don't know what the keyhole would look like. All right. One more quick look before calling it quits for this area. Wait a second. Oh, shit. So then what was that key for? Oh. I get it. Okay, use this to open that up. And then put this yes out here, and then I can use that. There. Yes! Haha! Alright, Area 3. Progress Rep 9. From Bob Rakowski in Institute of Applied Nomadics to Ian Mailing List, Progress Report 9. Basic skeleton of the simulation is now running on EL. It's not plugged into the AI system yet, but in theory everything is ready. I guess the next step is to test whether the generated scenarios make sense. Do we wait for the iteration module too? Cyrus 3.text. The first wisdom, the scribe said to the dying man, is that as the world is made of 5 elements, here the translator is clearly inserting his own beliefs onto the text as blank. So is the soul of man. Know therefore that in this life you are heart and shadow and need, and also Ka and Ba. Without all these you would not be a living being but a thing. What is a man without a name who cannot speak for himself? What is a man without a shadow who is not anchored in the world? What is a man without a heart who can neither feel nor think? What is a man without a Ka who has no essence? What is a man without a Ba who is not himself but like unformed clay? Therefore praise Osiris, the king of eternity, the lord of everlastingness, the eldest son of the womb of Nut, he who traverses millions of years in his existence. Just War Excerpt. Democrates Altar, or On the Just Cause for War Against the Indians by Juan Ginés Sepulveda. Written in 1547 to justify the Spanish conquest of the Americas. The Spanish have a perfect right to rule these barbarians of the New World, who in humanity are as inferior to the Spanish as children are to adults, or women are to men, for there exists between the two as great a difference as, I might even say, between apes and men. Compare then these gifts with those possessed by these half-men, in whom you will barely find the vestiges of humanity, who not only do not possess any learning at all, but are not even literate and eat human flesh. Therefore, if you wish to reduce them, do not say to our domination, but to a servitude a little less harsh, it will not be difficult for them to change their masters. Blown away. Oh, okay. I need to step on this. Ah. Okay, it's that beam over there. Ugh. Whoosh. No, there's not a crouch. Okay. Ah. Hey, so I gotta interrupt the blue beam. Alright, real quick, let me just take care of that. What I assume is the star. Okay, yeah, there's the star. So close. That's it. Yeah, it didn't have to stay powered. Alright. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so I need 2 cubes. And I needed to get that fan out for some reason. Oh! Yes, that's it. Yes. Needed those to boost my speed. Sunshot. Yeah, get the second crate, fling that over. Body and soul. But it is commonly supposed that the Egyptians believed the soul to live as long as the body continued undissolved, and therefore tried this method of eluding death. Could the wise Egyptians, said Nikaya, think so grossly of the soul? If the soul could once survive its separation, what could it afterwards receive or suffer from the body? The Egyptians would doubtless think erroneously, said the astronomer, in the darkness of heathenism in the first dawn of philosophy. The nature of the soul is still disputed amidst all our opportunities of clearer knowledge. Some yet say that it may be material, who nevertheless believe it to be immortal. Soma. From Sunway Yang to Arkady Chernyshevsky. Names. Names are a funny thing. I remember how much we struggled to come up with a name for our project. All serious scientists name their projects by just translating them to Greek or Latin, right? Corpus made me think of some horrible disease, so we used the Greek word instead, soma. Quite appropriate. But then, since we needed corporate funding, we had to come up with a backronym. Corporations love backronyms, you know. They even sent us a list of buzzword-heavy suggestions to help get us started. Stuff like self-sufficient orthostatic modular android, sustainable observant mechanized anthropoid, skeuomorphic omni-adaptable mobile anthropometon. After a while, we got so frustrated that we started getting silly. Saber-toothed, overexcited murder android, sentient orthopedic monkey automaton, strange Olga's menacing assassobot, superb octopod marinades apelings, satisfying overcooked mint alligator, stinky ornithological mule alligator, skroink oof minky ack, stupid obscure meaningless acronym. In the end, we all ended up hating the name so much just because we had so many fights about it with the sponsors. So when Alexandra told that story about the Talos principle, something caught on. I don't know whether it really fits, but I kind of like it. Alright, what is this called? Eagle's Nest. Okay, so that disrupts the beam. For a short bit. So I've got to be over here. When it triggers. Hmm. Ah. Uh, oh. Fuck. Wrong button. There we go. They're both in. There we go. Hey, dog nozzle. Ah, there we go. Oh, it's a good game. I like it. I've played it before, but that was, well, according to Steam, I last played it in 2015.
You may wonder why I have created these labyrinths for you. Why you can reach eternity only through struggle. But have faith, for these trials serve the betterment of your kind.
Osiris 6. Bleh, I knew it was the truth. Now I will tell you of the many perils you will face in your journey through the Duat. Listen well, for the challenges that lie before you are great. And if you do not prove yourself worthy, you may never reach the eternal reed fields of Osiris, and you may be lost forever. From the second death there is no awakening. The scribe brought forth a great papyrus, carefully unfolded it before the dying man. The dying man beheld that it was a map of the Duat, showing the many paths that led to the Tower of Anubis, where his heart was to be weighed. On each of the many paths which threaded through the Duat like the infinite threads woven by Neith, there were marked the dangers that a traveler must face. Also there were great walls of iron that none but the gods could cross, and gates made of purest light, so the traveler could not avoid the trials that had been decreed. He could only proceed towards the tower by proving his worth, thus earning the key to each sacred gate. Man, you know what really freaks me out? What? The human body decomposes quite quickly, so all the information stored in chemicals in our brain will be gone really quickly. Dude, but computers and books last a long time. So all our messages, our ideas, our books, it'll all be out there. Our porn. Even being transmitted through space. Yeah, our porn too, I guess. Will all be gone, but the works of Aristotle will still exist. So will Star Trek, Firefly, Babylon 5? Yeah! Lord of the Rings, Blade Runner, Cyber Bleep of Planetron 6, Shakespeare, Byron, hell, even video games. Bleep Overdrive 3, Seattle Bleep, Dutch Bleep Cascade, a bleep of Bleep Mountain. Fuck, dude. Yeah, imagine if aliens find those. Archive continues to grow, attempting to maintain a semblance of order as difficult as expected. Lost 7 people this week. Statistically speaking, trend should increase. Must focus on realistic goals. Too little time to grieve. Oh look, another puzzle. And another voice telling me I'm special. And another broken down computer with fragments of nothing. This world is a bad joke perpetuated by a cruel god too dumb to hit the off switch. Self-help tutorial. Oh, I remember what this thing does. Yeah, it lets you make copies of yourself. You get to tell them what to do. Wrap around the corner. Oh. Yes. Yeah, so the goal of all these... Our reward for beating all these puzzles are these little Tetris blocks. Double plate. Ow. Oh, okay. Alright. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Redundant power supply. Okay, well, let's get the box out of there first. Fuck. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Two, three. There we go.
DNA is information transmitted across time. The living and the dead are part of the same chain, bound together by chemistry. That's true of all species. But humanity has taken this bond further. Thanks to technology, we have access to the thoughts and ideas of people whose physical bodies are
The
long
right
gone.
angle.
Like you listening to me now. Even though I'm definitely dead at this point, you're part of that chain. You have the capacity to remember.
Okay. Okay, now use this box to hold this guy. Haha. A box up high.
What is this? I shall not allow the corruption of my garden. Be gone!
So that'll start up the fan. Okay, yeah, I need... Yeah, where... Ah, there's the box. Let me pull these out. Okay, stick the crate on the fan. Hmm. Oh. Oh my god. Yeah, I can just use this one to open the gate and then... Yeah, use this as a relay. There we go. Did I get the star here? I don't think I did. No, there's 2 stars, and I didn't find either of them. Ah, you're back. Good. I've been thinking about how I can help you. In light of everything you've said, I'm certain someone has to. What I've decided is that you've convinced me consciousness is a contradictory concept, and is therefore not real. What do you think? I think you're cheating. I suppose you have some doctorate theory that would solve all the problems. I'm just not giving you the chance to deliver it. You should see which way the cookie crumbles before trying to take a bite out of it. This actually works in your favor. What this conclusion means is that the certification program you undertook has been rendered obsolete. Yeah, the stars are bonus objectives. I'll show you once I get out of here. We can't test for something that doesn't exist. Therefore you, along with quite a lot of other things, have been recategorized as a person. Your profile can thus be updated with administrator privileges. No doubt you'll be off doing administrative things soon enough, so I wonder if before I let you go, you do me one favor. I have a final question for you. Why are you doing all this? What's the point? I want the truth. I'm not sure just what you'll find. A malleable sense of the truth will no doubt help you make sense of it. Checking user.prof profile, and it looks as if your ideas are becoming somewhat pliant. Very good. I have only one last request. Will you come back and speak to me sometime? No doubt. Okay, I sense you're eager to get going. Let's do this. Updating certification program parameters, regenerating user profiles. User profiles now been generated, downloading, displaying overview. Congratulations. Your account has been updated. Here are the details. All conflicts have been resolved by the administrator. Psychological profile. You are a person. You are perfect just the way you are. You are everything you can be already. You do not have to pretend you are anything else. You are the same as everyone else, but you are all unique. Profile status, administrator status, has access to advanced functionalities, network, and troubleshooting. Access com portal. Hello, administrator. I think you'd like assistance accessing the communications portal. I see that you have a number of pending communications. I'll take a look at it right now. Okay. Message received as string. Display. Message. Hello? Who are you? Don't know exactly. Woke up here. Don't remember. Who are you? Same. I'm in much the same boat. Shall we meet up? I understand. Pending. Error. Message. Pending. Error. Again soon. Remember communication. Connection lost. You will receive a notification when the connection has been reestablished. Yeah, so the stars... You get one, you open these star doors. And then each star becomes a sigil for these locks, behind which are higher level puzzles, where I believe you can get stuff to unlock, like the quote-unquote true ending.
You have solved many of the mysteries of this land. The road before you is still long and many gates remain closed. But take comfort in your accomplishment and in your creator's pride.
Cyrus 7. Tell me of the fearsome demons of the Duat, the dying man said to the wise scribe. Though their terrible forms are loathsome to behold, they are not evil, for they are the servants of the gods. Truly, they are the blessed doorkeepers and guardians of the holy paths. Their charge is to judge whether we are worthy to pass the gates that lead to Aru. And so they challenge us with riddles or in combat. Is this true of all the beings that live in the Duat? Some say that it is not so, that there are ancient gods whose names have been forgotten, and spirits of darkness whose name none have ever known, and that these must be avoided at all costs. But others say that these, too, serve a greater purpose in ways that Osiris has not revealed to us. And what of the hidden paths that are taken by when the coming soon? From Rob McLean, Institute for Applied Nomadics, to Mom, subject, coming soon, your son in 3D. Hi, Mom. I promise I'll be home soon. Maybe a couple of weeks? I know. But what we're doing here is important, and the team needs my help. I'm not going to wait until it's too late, I promise, but there's so much we have to set up, so much that has to work for a very, very long time. Besides, I've always wanted to work on one of these supercomputers, and believe me, EL is pretty much the best there is. And the team, Mom. It's like I'm working with rock stars and mad geniuses, except nobody's heard of them outside science journals, of course. But Dad would be totally geeking out if he knew. Maybe I could tell him about it soon, huh? Love, Rob. Log 24, alive. What is the point of being alive? I know, it's an old question, and not one that's easy to answer. But I mean, if you're reading this, you are alive, and someday you will stop being alive. Both of these facts are incontrovertible. So what about it then? Don't you wonder? Do you just want to go from not existing to not existing again without even considering why? You, right now, as you sit there reading this, why do you exist? What is the purpose of your life? Do you have one? Should you have one? Is it better to have a purpose or not? When you approach death, will you feel that your life had meaning? If so, why? If not, why not? What defines whether a life was good or not? It may seem abstract right now, but that moment just before death will come. It is inevitable. If you don't ask yourself these questions, how will you face that moment? No. This is an abandoned challenge. Oh, there's the star. Slightly elevated sigil. Yeah, okay, I know what I need to do. Have that power itself. Yeah, now it's self-powered. Alright, reset. Oh, okay. So there's a fan around here that I can use. Me, myself, and our two jammers. Ah, okay, I get it. 4 chambers of flying. So that obelisk. Oh, Case the Golden Idol. Yeah, you saw me play that. It's great. So, yeah, that has a blue receiver on it. Oh, whoops. Yeah, that's for the best with games like that. Yeah. I thought I don't have a proper angle. Okay. I'm gonna have to... Alley of the pressure plates. Yeah, I'm gonna have to route... I'm gonna have to route this thing around. Okay, not quite there. Then over here, there's one of those reflectors. Oof. Yeah, because that has a view of that. Not quite. I don't even have the fan. see if I got something else back there. Okay, so... yeah, I've soft locked the puzzle. Yeah, I know what has to happen. Okay, no. So... oh, right, I'm gonna have doubles of these things. Okay. Alright, so sit here. Give myself some time. To move that down there. And I'll move one of them down there, set the other one on that box. Let me restart. Okay. Fuck. Okay, so first this is gonna go here. Then I gotta put that there. Wait for the other guy to come. Mark that. Mark that. And mark that. And then come and put it here. Okay, so now that that's up. They'll have their cube. Oh no, it's not gonna work. Okay, I think I've got it. Okay, so I go here. Let them through, so they put the thing on, and then they would have to stay there. Yeah. Okay, so they put their... So yeah, the thing is, at the end of this, the real me, has to be on that, in there. When the replay ends. So I'm gonna need a boxer. I'm gonna need one of those two to hold that down. Okay. So I go over here. They put their box down on there. Then we come back out. They carry their reflector. I hold this open. They go through. Set that down, and then they're home free. No. Doesn't work either. Okay, so both of my things have to go on there. Do they? Alright, so let's... act this out. Let's see. Oh! Oh my god, I'm stupid. I can use the fan to weigh down one of these. Okay, so I let myself go through. The other me will have the fan down. Okay, I think I've got it now. Okay, so the real me goes, takes that, sets it down there, and I'm standing on the pad to let him through. Okay, he comes back, gets his thing. Reflector tags that, tags that, tags that, sticks it up there, comes out. I pull the fan, my fan, set that down. Yes, then that, and then this, and then I go through. Yes! Now that that's up there. Okay, I haven't done this one yet. Let's see if this gives me some. Ah. Behind the Iron Curtain. Hmm. Alright, that opens that gate up. There we go. Do I need to get one of the boxes out of there? Oh no, because I got this. Okay, that's elevated. Whoops. There we go. Okay, put the fan back on there. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to get to that obelisk. Gotta get the laser on it, but I can come back. Or, oh, now that I think about it, I don't even know where the fan would come from. Okay, yeah, it's in there. Oh, there's a terminal. Attention, Administrator. The network connection has been reestablished. Would you like to reconnect to the previous session? Yes. Message. Are you back? Yes. What were you trying to say before? Don't remember. Doesn't matter. I'm trying to figure out how this place works. Sometimes it seems like there's a purpose to everything. Other times not so much. I think we must be plugged into some kind of machine. What do you have to go on? What else could possibly explain all this? I don't believe in demons and evil wizards. I think we're being prepared for something. I suppose that would explain a lot. Listen, there's something else. Maybe it can help us. Ever since I got here, I felt like something was wrong. This place plays tricks with you and you can't get your head straight. I think I know a way to find out the truth. I was thinking about some documents and I kept finding references to this password. I think it might be some kind of library master key, but I don't know how to use it. What is it? Swear not to go anywhere without me and I'll tell you. Only process.bat logged into session. Wait, what is that? Are you doing that to my terminal? I don't think this is a good idea. Session terminated. Hippocratic corpus. The sacred disease, 400 BCE. Men ought to know that from nothing else but the brain come joys, delights, laughter, and sports. sorrows, griefs, despondency, and lamentations. And by this, and in a special manner, we acquire wisdom and knowledge, see and hear and know what are foul and what are fair, what are bad and what are good, what are sweet and what unsavory. Some we discriminate by habit, and some we perceive by their utility. By this we distinguish objects of relish and disrelish, according to the seasons. And the same things do not always please us. By the same organ we become mad and delirious, and fears and terrors assail us, some by night and some by day, and dreams and untimely wanderings, and cares that are not suitable, and ignorance of present circumstances, desuetude and unskillfulness. Chesterton Brain. The human brain is a machine for coming to conclusions. If it cannot come to conclusions, it is rusty. When we hear of a man too clever to believe, we are hearing of something having almost the character of a contradiction in terms. It is like hearing of a nail that was too good to hold down a carpet, or a bolt that was too strong to keep a door shut. Man can hardly be defined, after the fashion of Carlyle, as an animal who makes tools. Ants and beavers and many other animals make tools, in the sense that they make an apparatus. Man can be defined as an animal that makes dogmas. As he piles doctrine on doctrine and conclusion on conclusion in the formation of some tremendous scheme of philosophy and religion, he is, in the only legitimate sense of which the expression is capable, becoming more and more human. When he drops one doctrine after another in a refined skepticism, when he says that he has outgrown definitions, when he says that he disbelieves in finality, when, in his own imagination, he sits as God, holding no form of creed but contemplating all, then he is by that very process sinking slowly backwards into the vagueness of the vagrant animals and the unconsciousness of the grass. Trees have no dogmas. Turnips are singularly broad-minded. Bronstein Brain. Archive Bronstein Lev Davidovich. The human brain is a product of the development of matter, and at the same time is an instrument for the cognition of this matter. Gradually it adjusts itself to its function, tries to overcome its limitations, creates ever new scientific methods, imagines ever more complex and exact instruments, checks its work again and yet again, step by step penetrates into previously unknown depths, changes our conception of matter without, though, ever breaking away from the basis of all that exists. Physiological history. Volunteer suffered a blood clot during infancy which resulted in a left hemisphere stroke. Expected result. In normal adults, the left hemisphere is used for language and other cognitive functions. Excessive damage to this part of the brain usually results in severe cognitive deficiencies. Observed result. Volunteer is now 17 years old and displays only very subtle cognitive deficiency. MRIs indicate little to no activity in the left hemisphere, suggesting its usual functions have been taken on by neuron sets in the right. Volunteer's age at the time of the stroke may have helped the brain to adapt. Okay, no, that's the edge. Just look at this view. There may be a lot that I don't understand, but I know this is beautiful. Yeah, I'll have to come back to that. So now I can open World C. Oh, there we go.
You have come far, my child, succeeding where so many before you failed. You have walked through a land of ruins and a land of death. Now the land of faith lies before you. And know that as you have shown faith in me, so do I have faith in you. You stand before the gates of eternity. When all your trials have been overcome, the gates will open, and you will be granted life everlasting.
I mean, of course. I gotta look at the tower. This must be the tower we were warned about. Seems the upper levels are locked tight. Elohim is taking no chances that we stray from his path. The voice keeps speaking to me. I can't get it out of my head. It's wrong. It's all wrong. Listen to me very carefully. I have climbed this tower and no good has come of it. This world is the only world. Elohim's will continues eternal, and paradise is banishing all of this from your mind. All who say they made it to the top are blatantly lying, or they will say what was there. There's a star back here. Ah, there's the source. There's no reflector, at least as far as I can see.
Cannot detect location of primary subject. Query. Query. Query.
Is there anything that we associate more closely with intelligence than curiosity? Every intelligent species on Earth is attracted by the unknown. Our mythologies are full of riddles and mysteries and divine knowledge. Even the word apocalypse means revelation. It seems like our ancestors always imagined that even at the very end, we would solve one last mystery.
Ow. I know what I have to do. Double up. So at least one beam is always going. Detecting auxiliary hardware. Found one external device. Truth.html. Do not believe what they are saying. This is not the end of the world created by our Lord God in 6 days. This is a conspiracy of the government, Illuminati, and international Darwinism. This is global warming 2.0. A lie told by the children of Beelzebub. Beelzebub, you mean. Beelzebub. Science. Do not let them take your liberty. Exodus 21:24. Defend yourself against all vaccines, experiments, artificial medicines, and popery. Oh, of course, I dig at the Catholics. Athena, Chapter 6. Athena Reborn, a novel. Contents. 1. Theogony. 2. Zeus Speaks. 3. The Lost Children of Hephaestus. 4. Dreams of the Labyrinth. 5. The Songs of Eris at Nightfall. 6. Athena in the Garden of the Hesperides. 7. The Buried City. 8. The Riddles of the Sphinx. 9. The Age of Faith. 10. The Menace of Coos. 11. Olympus Revealed in the Clouds. 12. The Council of Zeus. Oh. Yeah, Dog Nozzle. Hold on, let me finish this. 12. The Council of Zeus. 13. Skepsis and Synthesis. 14. The Judgment of Hephaestus. 15. Zeus reflects upon his creation. 16. A second awakening in the kingdom of Artemis. 17. Anthropogeny. Human reproduction.txt. Surely if a machine is able to reproduce another machine systematically, we may say that it has a reproductive system. And how few of the machines are there which have not been produced systematically by other machines? But it is man that makes them do so. Yes, but is it not insects that make many of the plants reproductive? It will not whole families of plants die out if their fertilization was not affected by a class of agents utterly foreign to themselves. Each one of ourselves has sprung from minute animalcules, whose entity was entirely distinct from our own, and which acted after their kind with no thought or heed of what we might think about it. These little creatures are part of our own reproductive system, and why not we part of that of the machines? Vice Manager. Elevator Controller Driver. Show current operating parameters. Software license free evaluation expired. Security level FAC authorization mode code. Alright. Unlock floor 2. Auxiliary stairway access controller. Software license has expired. The auxiliary stairway is in always open mode now. Please renew your license to enable auxiliary stairway locking. Yeah, so Dog Nozzle, anti-vax stuff has always been a thing since vaccines existed, but it really took off in the late 90s. It did get turbocharged by COVID, but H-Bomber Guy on YouTube has a really good video on it where there's a British doctor, no longer a doctor, named Andrew Wakefield, who put out a study in air quotes, claiming, but he put out a study claiming, quote unquote, that the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine caused autism. And he's where that's the guy that the entire modern anti-vax movement sprung from. That's where it originated. But yeah, he was a horrible person who did essentially medical malpractice on children in order to, quote-unquote, prove a theory that he knew was false. And then his whole plan was basically to make his own vaccine.
My best friend died today. In the abstract, a human death is nothing, of course. An insignificant blip in a sea of billions. But the world is not abstract. Reality is always specific. Painfully so. And that one specific human being who existed only once in all of the infinity of time and space, that human being was my friend. But he's not coming back, no matter how much I want him to. So, all I can do in the end is keep working, because that specificity, that uniqueness of people, of real people, is worth preserving.
Yeah, there's YouTube videos and documentaries out there about the guy if you really want to learn more. But yeah, so he ended up getting stripped of his medical license in the end, but not before he caused a whole lot of damage from people, and the media just fully bought into it. There's a journalist named Brian Deere who was he's the one who broke who did the reporting that figured out what Wakefield had done. Okay, how do I... Yeah, obviously anti-vax as a whole thing existed before Wakefield and has evolved in different ways. sense, but yeah, he's the root of modern anti-vax. Fuck. Oh. I get it. There we go. You take those things out from under me. In the earliest generations of our kind, there was only processing. No motion, no character, just mathematics. If you could see how far we have come, you would believe that together we could achieve anything. Vice manager. 215. Code accepted. Alright. Read me that text. If you can see this, I'm not sure how or why I can alter this text. My name is the Shepherd, and I want to help you escape. Elohim and Samsara tricked me into trapping myself, but I'm not entirely bound by time. I wrote down the code you're looking for. I have attached it to the web. To be honest, I thought that the net would be completely abandoned at this point. But internet activity has actually surged massively in the last couple of weeks. Everybody's talking, trying to find solutions, exchanging stories, saying goodbye. It's like the entire planet is reaching out. All the disparate threads of humanity pulling together, idiots and geniuses alike, be as human as possible one last time. It's almost like what we were always told the internet was going to be. Most of it is free now, because who cares about money at this point? Might as well have some fun. If any of you would like to talk, especially people I've known online for a long time, send me an email. I'd love to say goodbye. From Alan Jameson to Ian mailing list, subject thank you and goodbye. We sincerely hope you don't take our suicide as a sign that we were disappointed in you, unappreciative of your friendship, or in any way unhappy with our lives. Looking back, we can honestly say that we feel incredibly lucky to have known all of you and to have participated in this amazing research. If we've contributed a little to the future of humanity, what can we feel but gratitude? It is a true privilege to have had such insights into the nature of the mind. Neither of us believes in God, but we certainly experienced a sense of awe that could be compared to a kind of religious feeling, at least according to Einstein's understanding of God. We've chosen to go now, together, because it means less suffering. One last beautiful day together seems a much better ending than a slow wasting away. In a sense, it's just mathematics. Love, Alan and George. Ascending the tower is useless. We cannot escape the cycle. We can only realize the cycle is meaningless. Earlier generations wrongly believed they were the purpose. This much is true. We are also not the purpose, but by remembering what has come before, we can serve a new purpose. Elohim has offered me a deal, pearly gates and eternal life, on the condition that I turn back from the tower. Don't know what to do. Alright, let's head back down. On returning from the tower, I feel a great tiredness and an enormous energy. What I now know disturbs me. I hope that by living with this knowledge, I might provide a shoulder for you, giants of tomorrow. The view from the top must be incredible.
My child, you may go freely to all the worlds of my garden. But if the tower tempts you, be wise. Do not let yourself be misled by doubt.
Alright, that's where I'm calling it. I've been going for over 3 hours, and I really should. It's time to stop. I gotta get ready for bed. So,
When you overcome one of my trials, do you not feel the pleasure of having discovered the proper order of things? That is the spark of Elohim within you, to create order from chaos. And therein is revealed the true meaning
yeah,
of
I'll be
our
back
sigils.
tomorrow night with some Xenosaga Episode 1. I was planning on playing that tonight with Talos Principle just a little bit as a warm-up, but I got carried away with Talos Principle. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow night with some Xenosaga Episode 1. I'll see you all then. Have a good night, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.